Hi everyone, happy, wonderful Monday to you. And on this day, I wish for you moments of peace, ease, and well-being for your different kind of happy. This week's mindfulness moments practices will be focused on action and how action is tied to success. Our Facebook post that will go out each day, tied to our class schedule, will be different quotes on action and success from different teachers throughout our lifetimes. Before we move into our mindfulness moment practice for today, I want to share with you a few myths or maybe misperceptions about action and success. First of all, action is not necessarily movement. There is a tendency to think that if I choose to act on something, that means I need to go out and do this or do that, accomplish this, accomplish that, engage in this, engage in that. The hardest action actually is the one where you're asked to sit down, to close your eyes, to be quiet, and to do nothing. The act of going inward to listen to our own inner voices and to connect to the more subtle elements all around us. So to lay down for a nap or to sit in meditation, to sit and listen to the birds chirping, to sit and journal, that is an action. And as a matter of fact, a very important action. Otherwise, the rest of our movement will be movement from a disoriented place instead of a connected place. So first and foremost, action is not necessarily movement. Being quiet, being still is an action. The second thing about action is choosing not to do something or not to act on something is also an action. So if someone is making a request of your time, of your attention, you can choose to not act on that request. If there's a decision that you think needs to be made, you can choose to not act on making that decision right now. You could delay it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, a day, so that you can have more clarity as to what action would be most appropriate. So choosing not to engage in something is an action. Third, the most powerful action that I can take is the action of the moment. I cannot go back into the past and wish that the past I had taken some sort of action in the past. I can't run into the future. I mean, I can, it's not productive. Run into the future and plan on the action I will take 2 years from now. The best way for that action to happen 2 years from now is for me to focus on what action I can take right here, right now, with this single breath within this moment. So the most powerful action is the action that I can take in this very present moment. Finally, and probably the hardest space for many of us, I know it is hard for myself, is when I'm ready for action, yet there are still many steps that are not lining up for that action to occur, or I'm ready for action and I'm waiting on someone else to do their part so that I can act. So it seems like it's a state of limbo. And in that space, there's a tendency for the mind to get really worked up, and it's important for us to have the tool to bring our minds back and to focus on what thing that we can do in the moment in terms of moving in the direction of where we want to go. And that ties to our mindfulness moment practice today. How can I, or what tool do I have to ground myself back into the moment when my mind is running into the past or fast forwarding into the future, and that so I can ground myself back and take the single best action that I can take in the moment. And we're going to do that practice tied to 3 breaths. So if you want to follow me, please kindly close your eyes and join a full breath in through the nose. As you sigh out, release whatever it was that you were engaged in. Let that past go. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, sighing out, notice where you are right now, your physical space, where you are physically, how you feel, the reality of this moment. And then inhaling deeply. And as you sigh out, consider the single step that you can take in this moment, the action that will move you closer to the success you want to have in your life. So you can play this part of the video over and over again to help you really ground down. It's important to know to withdraw the mind that has been engaged in the direction that's not productive. And then after withdrawing that mind, really grounding into myself, where I am physically, mentally, emotionally in this moment, being very real and honest. And only from that place am I then, with a third breath, be able to focus my energy more clearly, more succinctly for the best possible action to occur. Go forth, explore, experiment, and experience intentioned action for your different kind of happy. Thank you so much for watching, and namaste.